Hello, everyone. My name is Carlos Arturo Gomez Cuellar. I am a student of, I am in the course English 5, belonging to the Bachelor in English with emphasis in English program of UNAD University. In this opportunity, I'm going to record a video talking about perish the thought of capital punishment, which is the activity of task 6 of the course. So first of all, it's relevant to talk about what is capital punishment. I am going to mention the key factors, the key aspect about it. So, first of all, it's important to say that capital punishment is a controversial issue because many people are in favor, others are against. Even though many people think it's a horrendous practice, others believe it is the best option to make people to refrain to commit crimes. So maybe there are arguments for and against. It has pros and cons. Basically, I think capital punishment or death penalty is more commonly known for many people. It is used in order to punish a person that commits some crimes, taking him the human life. For example, in some countries, sexual assault, treason, various military offenses are punished by death penalty. Mm, Personally, it is like a legal murder because it is an institutional practice, right? Integrated to the justice system of several countries around the world. As far as concerned, it is a miserless and horrific method, as it has violated one of the most important human rights, right to live, right to live of hundreds of people who had been sentenced to death and executed through horrendous practice, such as, for example, lethal injection. That is one of them. Maybe gas asphyxiation. Other is shooting, hanging, stoning, beheading. Another one is crucifixion and electrocution. All of them is a horrendous practice that people take the someone's life. That is so horrendous. Okay, the second thing that I like to mention is the origin of capital punishment. I think it's so important. Okay, in this case, I would like to mention that the origin of capital punishment or death penalty is supported to the Code of Hammurabi and the laws legislated by Draco, who was a legislator of Greece. Okay, on the one hand, the Babylonian king Hammurabi in 1760 pointed out in his theory eye for an eye, which was included among 282 laws written in stone tablets by him. On the other hand, this horrendous method to punish crimes was proposed by Draco in order to make people to refrain to commit them in ancient Greece. Mm, okay, that was the origin of capital punishment. Now I would like to mention the pros and cons of capital punishment. In this respect, um, capital punishment has some pros and cons, um, which are supported by moral arguments and functional arguments. I'm going to talk some about it. Um, okay, about the pros and cons. When you are talking about this kind of controversial issue, in this case, the capital punishment, you are going to find supporters and opponents. In this case, talking about the penalty, one of the arguments in favor and against is moral thinking, right? Moral arguments. Retribution is the key reason of supporters, right, of death penalty, since they think that when people commit a serious crime such as murder, for example, or sexual assault, they have lost right to own life. I mean, they they lost the opportunity to save their life, right? Thus, this penalty led victims' relatives to restore tranquility, the peace, because they feel justice was done. However, opponents believe different because they believe that it's an immoral practice because life is a human right and nobody has the right to take someone's life, whatever the situation is. Also, there are functional arguments. Mm, Supporters argue that death penalty has an effective power of persuasion. Well, personally, according to them, people seeing that they can live, they don't commit crimes. Nevertheless, um, uh, opponents say that capital punishment's power of persuasion is not as effective as supporters think. They say that there are a lot of studies about it that support the theory that is not effective. It's not effective in order to someone don't repeat the crime again, right? There is no effective about it. Uh, Therefore, I am I would like to mention reason to abolish the death penalty because I think that is not a right practice to solve these problems, right? Uh, I think death penalty is irreversible, irreversible. So I think it's irreversible, right? Mm, and mistakes can be made. I mean, many people have been sentenced to death and executed, but after that, after they are killed, authorities found out that they were innocent and they are not going to be able to do something about. They are they have killed the innocent person. Uh, Also, it doesn't deter crime. Many studies about this topic show that in some countries from around the world where death penalty is integrated to the justice system, crime have not decreased because people don't understand that if they commit some crime, they are going to be able to lose their life, and I think it isn't an effective practice, right? Uh, Finally, it is used as a political tool. This, unfortunately, radical countries like Iran or maybe Sudan are example where authorities take advantage of capital punishment in order to penalize or punish their political opponents using this practice for their benefit. And I think is awful. That is really awful. Thank you so much. I hope you are going to learn about this topic. I hope you can uh, uh, our favor, or maybe you are going to change your mind about that. So in this case, I say not to death penalty. Thank you so much.